Welcome back to LearnPianoLive.com. My name is Jamin, and as you can tell from the countdown clock, the lesson is about to get started. In case you're new with us, there's a few things I'd like to show you to help you throughout the lesson. These lessons are always guided and shaped by your questions, and if you're live with us today, there's a couple different ways you can do that. One is in the public live chat, and the other is the Ask Jamin a Question button, where you can ask me a question privately, and I won't share your identity in case you're afraid that your question is stupid. But it's not. If you're in the archives, though, then just open up the survey. At the end of that, there's a place where you can ask your question. I will say I frequently get questions from students in the archives watching a lesson from 6 months ago, and I have no idea what they're talking about. So please try to be as specific as possible. If you're watching this at LearnPianoLive.com, there should be a PDF and an MP3 button right next to this video. The PDF will often have additional video links inside so you can get more in-depth instruction on each of the topics. And if you're the kind of person who likes to print out the PDF so you can make the same notes on your physical version as I'm making during the lesson, now would be the time to do that. The MP3 is just a play-along track so you can practice more after the lesson. In traditional lessons, a teacher is going to actually present some new concept for maybe 5 or 10 minutes every couple weeks. The rest of the time is going to be spent applying and refining those concepts. Well, here I'm spouting off hours of new information every week, so it's totally unreasonable to expect you to actually absorb all of that. Instead, the goal of these live lessons is for you to find some little nugget of something that makes sense, but is a bit of a challenge, and for you to go practice it, because practice is where all the improvement's going to happen. So don't feel bad if you have to leave the live lesson when you find that little thing that you're going to practice. And of course, if I'm going too fast, you can always rewind the live lessons or replay in the archives as much as you want. If these live lessons start feeling random or meandering, it's because they are, on purpose. So if you're the kind of person who wants classical training with a step-by-step method, then you're going to want to check out Kloppel Academy on the website. It's included in your live lesson subscription, so you can do both or either. And the upper levels are seriously hard work, but it's going to take you all the way from ground zero all the way up to being ready to enter any major music college as a piano major in classical or jazz. And finally, it's most people's favorite. This is application, where we take the past concepts from other live lessons and we see how they apply to an actual real song that already exists. And since there's like 1,000 different ways to play any song, you're just going to work on the version that is appropriate for your level. So that might just mean playing one note at a time for right now. Or maybe you're working on chords or covering the full song. Or maybe you're just seeing how the song breaks down so you can better write and transcribe your own songs in the future. But whatever your level is, the goal is not this song. So even if you don't play the whole entire song, you'll get better by even attempting a little bit of it, and attempt it we shall. Welcome back to LearnPianoLive.com, where we've got everything under control. My name is Jamin, and this is the incomparable Kendra and Jazzy James.
Guess what?
What? What a shock. I didn't even know you were going to say anything there.
Okay, so the last week or two,
yes,
we went on a vacation.
Yeah.
And it's secret because...
Man, see, I thought you were going to say.
No.
I thought you were going to tell everybody. And we went to Wyoming.
No.
The guy won't tell me where he went. I don't know. He was gone for like 3 weeks. And
I didn't know it was secret. Now I'm intrigued.
Wait, you know where he went? We'll talk later.
I have no idea where he went.
All right. So he went somewhere. Yeah. All right. Well, I'm glad you had fun or something. I don't know. So this is Up. The title is Married Life from the movie Up. So it's the one that everybody knows. And like every song in that soundtrack has this theme going through it, so it should just be called Up from my perspective. But anyway, it goes something like this. And then it repeats that like 3 trillion times, and sometimes plays it higher, and sometimes plays it lower, and stuff. Sometimes faster, and sometimes slower. But I think I can show you how to play most of those pretty easily here. First thing we need to do is play an F here. So you can ignore all of the lines and the spaces and the colors and all that stuff, and just find the letter names, and you'll be just fine. To find an F, you're going to take any group of 3 black notes like those right there, and find the note that is slightly to the left of that. It's going to be a white note right there. That's always going to be an F, even if you pick this group of 3 down here. It's going to be an F every single time. So first note that we need is an F. Because there's only up through G in the musical alphabet, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, before it starts back over again at A, then A is 2 notes over to the right. So as you can see here, it's not that far of a distance from F up to A. So we're just going to go up to that A right there. F, A, and then right back to F. And then down 1 note would land you on an E. And that thing right there is kind of the majority of the theme of the movie. Right there. You're going to play the F, A again, but this time we're going to go straight to that E. Instead of coming back to F, we're going to go down to the E and then down 1 more note after that. Right there. So altogether, that is F, A, F, E. And by the way, we're not playing this note right here because this swoopy line right here is called a tie, and it's supposed to like tie those 2 notes together. So it's just telling you that's one really long note, one really long E in this case. So F, A, F, E, and then F, A, E, D. That might be the toughest part of the song right there because everyone's going to want to go back to the F right here, but you don't. You go to an E instead. And then D, F, D is this section right here. And then C is the next one after that. So it's going to be 1 note to the left. So everything we have so far, along with the track that I gave you, would sound something like this. 2, 3, 1. Right there. So it's pretty fast. The next one has this big jump in here. We're going to go from a D. That's only 1 note up from where you were. You were on a C, and you're just going to go up to a D. And then you're going to go all the way up to A. Right there. D, up to A. And then come down 1 note right there. And do the exact same thing again. D, A up to A. Come down to the G. And then down 1 more note to an F. And then back down to that original D. Right there. So that whole thing right there is all of those notes. And then, just like we had before where we went F, A, F, E, we're going to do that exact same thing, but instead of an A on the top, we're going to have a G on the top. So it's going to go F, G, F, E. And then the next section, again, these 2 are tied together because of this tie right here, so you're not actually going to play that note again. You guys will just have 1 E there until we get to this note. E, G, E, C, and then C, E, C, and this one says B, which would be right there, but that's not right because if you look really closely, there's a flat sign in the middle of that one right there. So instead of playing a B right here, where it normally would be, you're gonna play this note, this black note just to the left of it. That's called a B flat. So that whole section right here is gonna be C, E, C, B flat, and then these 3, B, C, B flat, and then A, B flat, C, D, E. So straight from A up to E with the exception of that B, which is going to be a B flat. And then this thing right here, same exact idea, but starting on a C instead of an A. C, D, E. And then when we get to the F, it's just like that's the beginning of that very first thing you did. So this phrase is the same as your beginning phrase. All of those notes together with the track would sound something like this. right there. That's all of the notes for the whole thing. And then, of course, you can just loop that a whole bunch of times when you're playing on your own. And the play-along video that goes along with this, I think, plays through that 5 times. And you can play up an octave or down an octave or whatever. And we'll do all of that stuff later. But first, finally said it before you once.
Hey, Jamin.
Yes.
Time for the feature of the day.
Yes, it is.
Today,
Why are we?
it's
The mailbag got in your face.
It's the mailbag.
Yes, it is. And so this one is from actually several people who are all asking about Learn Guitar Live, which we started this week. And we're super excited about. And then our website crashed last Sunday afternoon, which is why we didn't do the broadcast and why I haven't answered emails for like 5 days. So I've got video submissions that I'm like grinding through now that they all came through, and it was like 250 emails that all came in at the same time. So if you sent me a video submission, you're like, dude, this guy took 3 days. There are people who've been waiting longer than 3 days for their stuff. But we finally got it back up yesterday. Time for today's broadcast. So Learn Guitar Live, the videos are uploading, and then we just have to reformat some of the pages. Like we had to go to backup, so some of the pages don't have all the most recent updates and stuff that we had put in there. So we're trying to find all that stuff. But having said that, if you notice any pages where like, hey, you're missing a PDF here or whatever, we're going off of some backups and not entirely sure where all the bugs are. So if you run into one, let us know and you'll get 10 extra brownie points or something. I don't know. I'll find some way to thank you for helping us out with the website. But yeah, Learn Guitar Live we were recording videos because we could still record. We just couldn't do anything on our website. So we've recorded videos. They're uploading, and all that stuff should be released this week for realsies, unless the internet goons come to get us again. And I think with that, it's time to get back to our song after this short break. So sadly, the lesson preview has come to an end, and it's time to say goodbye to everyone watching the free streams. Of course, paying subscribers at learnpianolive.com can continue watching this lesson and several hundred others like it in the archives. So come on over and check us out. And if you like what you saw, at least like and subscribe, and then tell your friends to head on over to learnpianolive.com to start enjoying this journey with us.